Welcome to my videos. So guys, in today's world I want to share something for those who are entering in this corporate world, in this job market after completing their education. So guys, you might have got a very good job, very good high paying job, something that you might have got your dream job too. That's possible. But one thing you need to understand, don't open your hands. When I say don't open your hands, means don't spend everything that is falling on your hand, and do not buy more than what you can afford. Let me tell you. Now, a very common problem I see with especially newcomers, those who enter the job market, is if they can afford 10, they get loan to buy something for 20, and then they spend a valuable time and much more money on clearing those loans. Don't get into the trap. First of all, job market is not like what it used to be before, regardless of the industry you are in. So you have to make some savings. Okay. You don't want to depend back on your parents and other sources once you enter the job, right? It's gonna be much more painful. So what when you get into job, first of all, save money. Hold your choices, hold your aspirations. First, save money. Like for 6 months of your expenses that you need to survive and to pay all your bills, first save that much money. Okay. After that, whatever plans you have, like to spend, always remember, if you can afford something like $100 expenditure, spend 50. Rest 50 you save or invest somewhere. Don't do the mistake that if you can afford 100, you spend 200, because in order to cover the next $100, you'll be paying a very high interest in form of loans, credit card, or something that you will get into trouble with. I'm not saying using a credit card is bad. Definitely, it's not. It helps building your credit history and also grants you discounts, benefit, etc. But use your credit card as your debit card, where you have where you have to purchase only what you can afford. If you follow that trend, remember, guys, it's gonna be like too good for you down the line. I This year in 2025 alone, I have managed to fund 4 hotel stays without from my credit card, without paying any money from my pocket, and without paying any credit card interest. How? All my bills, everything, wherever credit card is accepted, I use my credit card and I pay the bill, and I accumulate points and that I redeem on travel sites. Similarly, there are other ways to redeem too, and I don't have to go into those details. But the idea is clear, guys. If you can afford 100, spend 50. A very common example I'll cite. Let's say you want to get an iPhone, and today a newer version is launched, but it's very expensive, beyond or at par my purchasing capacity. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy 2 versions before, so that I save money. As long as I can run all the apps, all the features that I need, I'm gonna do that. Still, I'm gonna save a lot of money, and that I can invest in something I really want to, be in the form of fixed deposits, mutual funds, ETF, whatever, so that after many years when I need the funds, I have. Now consider 3 scenarios. 3 people all have the spending capacity of $100. Okay. Person 1 spends 50. Like, suppose you wanted to buy a phone in $100, and 3 people are standing there, all have $100 each. Person 1 that does not buy $100 phone, instead buys a $50 phone, where he can manage the same features, same apps, and still it's gonna work for him. Okay. But of course, not the brand, not the model he wanted to buy. Person 2 buys of $100. Fine, everything he got what he wanted, and all the features, everything he's got. Person 3, he can afford 100, but he said, no, I don't want this brand. I'm gonna go towards a higher brand, and he buys a higher brand and with additional features and colors and like show, and then it's like $200. So first two people had enough money to pay for it, so they paid for it. But third person, he did not have the enough money because he was buying beyond his capacity. So what he is gonna do? $100 he is gonna loan. How? From a credit card or from a line of credit or personal loan, whatever. 10 years down the line, what happens? Person one who had saved $50, it might have become 500 if he if the funds he had invested, ETFs he had invested, would have yielded good returns. Just saying, I'm not saying it's going to be 500 for sure, but just saying that it becomes that much. Second person, he is at the same place, nothing, no loss, no gain, no profit, no loss. Okay, but imagine the third person who had loaned $100 then, and then that $100 loan he took in any form, so he ended up paying $300 to pay off that $100. That means $200 extra he has paid. So imagine what happened after 10 years. You see all the three scenarios, right? So if you follow this principle, this will definitely help you. You should only spend what you can, even you should spend less than what you can. Follow this principle and see the impact. It will make your life happier. That's what I wanted to convey. Let me know, guys, what you think about it. Thanks for watching this. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.